There we go. Let's just wait till the show ends up retconning itself. The show has already made the mistake of doing that with Castlevania Nocturne. That's all I'm gonna say. Castlevania Nocturne fucked up a whole bunch of stuff the original, like, the first Castlevania TV show establishes. Kill enough enemies and you'll start unlocking new combos. Leon Belmont does not level up in this game. He just learns new combos and gets new tools, tricks, and items to expand his kit. So if you were expecting him to level up like in a proper RPG, don't. He's not going to. The original show at least is consistent, but Nocturne violates several of the original show's rules. I guess they didn't want to get held down by Castlevania's lore. Not that I care about what it holds you down with. What that tells me is you want to be able to create a fan fiction. And there's places for that on the internet, but fuck your fan fiction. Don't try to turn your fan fiction into official media. Acolyte tried to do that with Star Wars, and it's already failed miserably. That's kind of why I'm saying fuck your fan fiction. What do you mean you're tortured baby? Like, which character are you referring to? No, Star Wars is not the only one, but I'm not going to turn this into a tangent about who fucked up what. I complain and talk about that shit enough. Is it this thing in the bush? No. Fuck. Getting into this doorway is a huge pain in the ass. Damn it! There we go. Oh, Hector? No, Hector is not in this game. Hector's in the next game, and Hector is who we will play as in the sequel. And you're gonna see just how dirty they did my boy Hector with that show. That's the one thing I hate about the Castlevania animation with a passion, is what they did to Hector. MP, max up! So in order to compensate for the fact that Leon doesn't find, or Leon doesn't level up, you can periodically find stat boosters for him. They'll buff his HP, his MP, and every so often, oh wow. Every so often he will find boosters that can augment him in a couple of different other ways. Ow. What the fuck? Ow. Ow. Actually, react properly, right? Yeah. The worst timed blocks. just killed his friend there, by the way. Oh, damn. I tried to run away. I should have just guarded. It doesn't matter. There's an HP max up here. And whenever you pick one of those up, it fully heals you. I was actually planning on showing that off, just not quite to that fucking degree. Hector is in the next game, and he is the protagonist character of that game. You'll get lots of Hector in Curse of Darkness. And for anybody wondering, yes, I am doing Curse of Darkness after this. Slip on through here. And... oh my god, game. Oh my god, game. There. It's not that that version of Hector is bad. I hate it because I like the version of Hector from the games way better. You have to understand, Castlevania Curse of Darkness was one of the oldest games I played as a kid. I played this series, this particular, Curse of Darkness I played back when I was a kid. And I fell in love with it. It was the game that made me realize I loved Crispin Freeman's voice. Because that man has a wonderful voice. And I really enjoyed playing, playing the game as Hector, unlocking all the innocent devils, leveling up into a powerhouse, you know, beating all that ass, and seeing just how powerful a Devil Forge Master actually was, and what made them so dangerous. Seeing how amazing Hector actually was in combat. And the TV show, Hector is just a wounded bitch baby. Seriously. And he's stupid, he's tricked into all kinds of shit, and he has absolutely no combat skills whatsoever to speak of, and I fucking hate it. I hate that shit. I understand that that version of Hector is, if taken separate from the show, or separate from the games, valid and appreciable. But god damn it, I am really sick of seeing, the way Hollywood has handled a lot of my characters over the last several decades of, or the last, decade and a half. Just about every single character that I have fallen in love with on some level, Hollywood has managed to destroy them. To destroy the legacies of honor and decency they were supposed to build, destroy the legacies of how badass they were, how cool they were, how relatable they were, how fun they were, and how interesting they were, all in the name of some dumbass's politics. And I'm tired of it. And I don't know if I can say for certain that that's why they designed Hector the way they did in the Castlevania animation, but I can definitely tell you that I honestly no longer give a shit if that is the reason. Hector should never have been done. Not to me. Hector was a proud warrior, he was very skilled, and he had a decent head on his shoulders, and the show made him out to be an overly naive, dipshit boy. And I hated that. I hated how naive and stupid and easy to trust he was when he knew he was being manipulated and fucked with by people. It wasn't right. He's my boy too, and you're gonna see just how he's my boy when we play Curse of Darkness after this. That's gonna take a while. Look, this is a bit of a long game. Those bats, basically, they turn red, they light themselves on fire, and then they try to run into you. The act of attacking kills them. Extension! Mid-air extension combo! No, I didn't want the gem. That sub-weapon is bad. That's why I wanted the axe! Look at that fucking damage! The axe is also a great weapon to throw at them if they're stupid enough to vomit on the floor. It'll push you away, and then you can only attack them from, like, the very edge of your weapon range. Or you can just grab the axe and do that. That is my money! Say something to him. He's a dumb puppy. See, that's the problem. Like, he was naive enough to believe that she was telling him that she would genuinely take good care of him. No, she wouldn't. She didn't take good care of him. She tricked him into saying, I'll be loyal to you, so she could put his ass in a slave collar and then make them an army for the entirety of the rest of his life. She slaved him out. And this was after Carmilla, like, brought him in there to be imprisoned. So, you will notice that we're trapped in this room. There are blood skeletons in this room. The goal is not to kill the skeletons, it's to kill the armor. Blood skeletons eternally revive and cannot be truly destroyed. There we go. The Svarog statue, however, is a really good way of enhancing the speed of that. The twin axes that you can throw are also really good for taking the blood skeletons out of the fight long enough to get hits on the armor. He my special boy. Well, he's my boy too, and I like it when he was actually smart enough to not fall for that shit. Yes, I forget that woman's name, but that's also the same vampiress that manipulates him into being cursed and unable to defy their will. Liz, that's fine. That's called relating to a character. There's nothing wrong with that. That's something a lot of people do. I hate the way he turned out in the show because it's not for the character that I grew up loving. That's why I hate it. I don't hate it because it's necessarily a horrible way to take the character. Don't sleep on your sub-weapons, ladies and gentlemen. They are there to be used. Use them. I really like the pipe organ orchestra. It really adds to the ambiance. This place looks like a fucking cathedral. And as we'll discover, it kind of was. Perfect guard! Time your block appropriately. You can guard pretty much any attack. These little rune spirits can teleport almost freely. The skeleton knights have a high damage couple of melee attacks. They're also armored, so they take more damage. Yes, I'm eating some peanuts. I figured I'd eat something that was relatively quiet this time. Damn! That did a shit ton of damage. Different enemies are weak to different sub-weapons, by the way. One sub-weapon is not necessarily a fix-all for everything. It's just really good here because a lot of the enemies are weak to axe damage. Yes, we're gonna play Helldivers after the stream. Spam it hard enough and it'll die. Okay, that exposes that particular connection. There's no point to killing the enemies in the room, because when you leave the room, they respawn, so there's no point in killing them again after you defeat them the first time when you're locked in. Those are fleamen. Fleamen are essentially tiny, annoying rabbit fuckers who hop around the battlefield and swing little twin hatchets at you while jumping. They're small, they have almost no hit points, and they're incredibly fucking obnoxious, particularly in large groups. The reason why I occasionally dodge randomly is because I never know when they're going to swing their hatchets, and if they hit me, obviously I'm going to start taking a lot of damage. You'll notice I took a fair bit of damage from just 1 or 2 hits from those guys. They're glass cannons. Can't recall if the same in the show as Dracula's wife. No, well, no, not really, honestly. Like, the main reason why Dracula gets made in this game, quote-unquote Dracula, I'm gonna say, because he's not actually Vlad Tepes. The main reason he gets, quote-unquote, made in this game is because of Elizabetha. And we'll talk about that when it becomes relevant. This is a trap room. Basically, follow the steel spikes everywhere, or the steel spikes that come out of the ground, until you get to the door, and you'll be safe. If you fight with it, it will not end well for you. And before I go that way, I actually want to go somewhere else. There's another option. This is a switch you need to hit. You may have noticed we're hitting a couple of switches in a couple areas. Oh my god. The camera is fucking with me. Yeah. It's kind of similar to what happened with Dracula's wife, but not really. Because what happened with Dracula's wife was very different. The TV show essentially took what happened to Lisa from Castlevania Symphony of the Night and used that for the storyline as to why Dracula turned on humanity. And honestly, I very much agree with that idea. I think that's what they should have done. I started blocking before that. Okay. Oh wow, that knight had his head come off. I didn't know you could whiplash their heads off. Or did... No, the twin axes did that. Skeleton swordsmen are basically slightly tougher skeletons that deal more damage than the skeletons that carry bows. You don't normally have to fight the camera, but the camera isn't always ideal there, as you just saw. As to what happened in Castlevania Symphony of the Night to Dracula's wife originally, she was killed after Dracula had actually been the Lord of Darkness for quite a while. So she wasn't the reason that Dracula struck out against humanity and hated them. He actually had quite a bit of hate in him for humanity before that. Holy water. Show that off now. You will notice there's a small icon there, in fact, for the holy water. Just like there's a small icon there for the jewel. Why is it so pixelated? My god. I guess this game isn't translating well to HDMI. I don't know. It definitely looks better than it did, but still, shit. It's a little nuts. Basically, there's invincible shadow traps on the fucking floor. This one you have to go against the grain. Going against the grain can be very lethal, but if you time your jump correctly, you won't get burned. Here's the thing, though. You may have noticed, that second one, I don't even know how I got hit. The first one, that hit me from around the corner. He doesn't want to spoil the story of the game itself. There we go. That's the third switch to this set. Power of holy water drops holy fire! Literally, the way holy water works in this game is you break it and it's holy fire. You need a yellow dragon key to open this door. So, the way that this particular door works is we have to go find a key in another one of the 5 dungeons to unlock it and get what's inside. There are 5 different keys for each of the 5 different areas, and you have to find each key in a different dungeon to where you will find the door if you want to be able to actually get, God damn it, I hit the jump button. Okay. I hit the jump button early that time, and it still told me to fuck off. But you have to find each of the 5 keys, in order to not, in order to activate all of the doors and get all of the hidden items. Each one of them has a different item. There might be some room for you tonight, Rev. We'll see what we can bring in. Especially since one of my main Helldiver friends has decided 2 weeks ago that he was never going to talk to me again and didn't bother to tell me for 2 weeks and won't even tell any of my friends who he is also friends with what I supposedly did wrong. So, yeah. I had to deal with that emotional pain and acceptance all day today while I was at work. But that's my problem to deal with, not his. And I guess it doesn't really